What is up, fight fans? Happy Monday. You're ringside with Roy, and today we are talking about Dalton Smith, the new WBC super lightweight champion of the world. He dethroned Subriel Matias in New York City on Saturday night, and I was quite surprised, if I'm honest. I firstly would have given that fight to Subriel Matias before the fight. So would the bookies. I think he was the favorite going into the fight pretty clearly. I think there's a 59% chance of him retaining his belt. Odds were very low for a knockout victory as well, but I think mainly because of his 95% KO ratio. But I think I was very surprised, even more so, by just how easy it was for Dalton Smith to beat him. He knocked him out in the 5th round. He put him down in the 4th round. He won every round, arguably, except for the 2nd round. And he is now one of the big bosses at super lightweight. So, you know, it's an excellent victory for him. He joins Fabio Wardley, Lewis Crocker, Jazza Dickens, let me not forget, Nick Ball. Is now the 5th world champion that the UK can present, that they can boast of. So, you know, again, massive congratulations to him. And yeah, it was a, as I said, a really easy fight for him. I think Dalton Smith, I've always liked him as a boxer puncher. I think he's got a 73% KO ratio. He went into the fight as an 18-0 opponent, and yeah, he may not be the greatest of finishers, but he definitely has superpower, because a lot of his victories, you'll see that he's knocked his opponent down multiple times. He earned the right to fight Subriel Matias by beating a guy called Walid Ozio and another gentleman by the name of Mathieu Germain. That was an eliminator. That was his previous fight. And yeah, he fought what I would say is the boogeyman of that division, and a very, very dangerous opponent in Subriel Matias. I think one thing we have to mention, of course, is, well, one of two things. So Subriel Matias, he is also responsible for a death. He beat a Russian fighter by the name of Maxim Dadashev, and unfortunately he died, sustaining life-threatening injuries after the fight. And yeah, that, very, very sad. But he's an extremely dangerous fighter. As I said before, boasts a 95% KO ratio. But one thing I would also say is that he has been beaten twice. He had previously been beaten twice. Now he's been beaten 3 times. He'd lost to a guy called Petros Ananyan, who he avenged that loss to, and then he also lost to Liam Parrow. And I think what we learned from the Liam Parrow fight was just how hittable he was. He didn't give very much in the way of defense. And I think Dalton Smith knew that. He exploited it. From the 1st round, I would have thought Dalton Smith would have tried to outbox him, because it looked like he was, establishing the jab early. But, by the 3rd round, he had started to match Matias for aggression. And, yeah, really, really impressive victory for Dalton Smith. So he goes on to opportunities in the division against maybe a unification with Richardson Hitchens, or he could fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. That could be a nice lucrative fight for him. But I know that Eddie Hearn did mention, he's earned the right to have a big home fight in Sheffield, in front of his home fans, and I'd be looking forward to seeing who they announce for that. But it will probably be a mandatory or someone within the top 15. Let him enjoy his title for a bit. But yeah, again, big congrats to Dalton Smith, and look forward to seeing what's next for him. Yeah, and if you had any different thoughts to what I've said, please comment. Please like the video if you like what I'm saying, and subscribe to the channel. And enjoy the rest of the day, enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll speak to you soon.